Hello and welcome to Leaders Pathway, where leaders go to grow. I'm Velma Knowles from leaderspathway.com, and you're listening to the Leaders Pathway podcast. On this show, you will learn powerful tips from inspiring stories that will help you grow your leadership influence, impact, and income. Well, friends, today we're diving into a topic that can transform your leadership and your relationships. And that topic is how to communicate with empathy. Now, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, by now you probably know me pretty well. And if you're listening for the very first time, let me welcome you. And I want you all to know this. My heart here is to help you grow as a leader. Because you see, I've been on that journey too, and I'm still on it. I tell you this because leadership isn't about arriving. It's about growing. And today, we're going to talk about something that can absolutely transform how you lead. And that, my friend, is about communicating with empathy. But first, let me tell you a story from my own life, one that reminds me how far I've come. And hopefully, my story will inspire you to keep growing too. Years ago, when I was working in the Bahamas, you all know I'm originally from the islands of the Bahamas. That's why I have this accent, right? Yes. Well, when I was working in the Bahamas, I was just starting out in the corporate world. I was young and I was new to it and I didn't have any experience. And, well, if I thought something, I said it. I was all about being truthful. But I didn't realize that my version of truth could sometimes come across as blunt or even hurtful. Yikes. I mean, it hurts me to even say that. But I thought I was doing the right thing by telling it like it is. Well, in a kind way. But instead, I was actually building walls between myself and the people I work with. Now, you might already know that. But if not, I want you to hear the rest of how my story went. One day, a friend pulled me aside and very lovingly said, you can be truthful without being hurtful. Bam, dropped the mic. That advice hit me hard. I realized I had a lot to learn about communication. Truth is that without empathy, your communication can feel cold. And even if it's well-intentional in what you want to share, it can still hurt someone when you say it. So I made a decision. I wasn't just going to lead with my head. I wanted to be a leader that would lead with my heart. So through training, coaching, and a whole lot of personal development, I learned how to communicate in a way that connects and collaborates with others. And guess what? It changed everything. My relationships, my messages, and even my confidence as a leader. I expanded my influence. I deepened my impact. And yes, I actually increased my income. And you can too. See, if you struggle to communicate with empathy, or if someone on your team is struggling, I want you to know that change is possible. I am living proof of that fact. Let me share 3 simple but powerful strategies that helped me improve my communication. And I know that if you apply them correctly, consistently, and they become a part of your communication message, you will make a positive impact too. Now, these 3 practical, simple things you could start doing today. So, number 1 is ask open-ended questions. See, instead of jumping straight to solutions, because we as leaders always want to provide the solution. We're problem solvers. Let's pause for a moment and ask questions like, well, how are you feeling about this? Or what do you think we should do? See, when you ask open-ended questions, it invites the other person to share their perspective, and it shows that you genuinely care about what others think. And when you genuinely care about what others think, they care about connecting and listening to your messages too. Okay, the second strategy that you could do to communicate with empathy is to listen without interrupting. Now, what did I just say? Yeah. Listen without interrupting. Don't you hate it when someone finishes your sentence? This was a tough one for me at first. I used to jump in with my thoughts before people finished. Because, sometimes as leaders, we're quick thinkers and we've got the solution and we've got to get to the results. And so we know what the other person is going to say. But when I started letting others finish their thoughts, something amazing happened. People felt respected. And when they felt respected, I saw that they opened up more to me. I became more approachable. And when you listen without interrupting, you will become more approachable too. People will be willing to share. And the third strategy that you could put in place right now today to help you communicate with empathy is to reflect back on what you actually heard. See, after someone speaks, reflect back on what they said, but do so in your own words. So, for example, maybe you could say, "So it sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed by this project," or "Did I get that right?" Ask for clarification because this helps to clarify any possible misunderstanding, and it shows that you're really paying attention to what the other person is saying. These 3 simple but powerful strategies, my friend, you could do right now. Here's the thing. Empathy isn't just about being nice. It's about connection. And the connection is the heartbeat of leadership. When you lead with empathy, you build trust, you deepen relationships, and you unlock the kind of collaboration that creates real results. So I want to encourage you today, in a gentle, kind, but firm way, I want to encourage you and challenge you to lean into becoming a better communicator. Practice these steps this week and notice the difference it makes. And if you're struggling, or if someone on your team is, don't let that stop you. Growth is possible, and it's worth it. To help you along the way, I've put together a free resource, Reveal Your Communication Blind Spots. It's a checklist. It's jam-packed with 8 strategies that can help you improve your communication right now. And you can grab your copy from the link in the show notes. It's absolutely free. It's my gift to you. It's a resource to help you on your leader's pathway. Well, that's it for today. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. Remember, your words have power. When you communicate with empathy, you're not just leading, you're creating change. When you're ready to dive deeper into developing your communication skills or owning your leadership voice, let's connect further. I'd love to explore how I can support you through coaching, training, or future episodes right here on the podcast. And if you enjoyed this teaching, hey, please don't tell anyone. Well, maybe just tell one person, okay? When you want more resources, friends, you can always head over to leaderspathway.com on how you can live and lead your life better. And until next time, remember, you've got this. God bless you.